All right, let's just dive right in. What if I told you that all that chasing you're doing after your dreams, what if it's actually pushing them away? Today we're going to talk about how to flip a little-known biological switch that can make your desires start chasing you.
So let's start with this, because it's a really crucial question. Most of us were taught that the harder you hustle, the more you grind, the more you get. But what if that whole idea is completely backward? What if the struggle itself is the very thing that's creating all the resistance you feel?
Okay, so here's the core idea. In a universe where everything is just energy, just vibration, that feeling of desperately wanting something, well, it's a signal. It's a broadcast that you don't have it. You're literally sending out a frequency of absence, of lack. And the universe, it's like a giant mirror. It just reflects that lack right back at you.
And this right here shows you exactly why. It's basically physically impossible to be magnetic when your nervous system is stuck in fight or flight. I mean, think about it. If your body thinks you're running from a bear, is it really going to prioritize manifesting abundance? No way. All your energy is tied up in just surviving. To attract anything, you have to shift out of that survival frequency and get into a creative, open, and receptive mode.
So, how do we actually make that shift? Well, it all starts with understanding this kind of hidden mechanism inside your own brain. And you know what? There's a scientific reason why some people just seem to attract opportunities effortlessly while everyone else struggles. Let's unlock it. It really all comes down to this thing called your reticular activating system, or just the RAS. Think of it like a gatekeeper. It's this bundle of nerves that filters the literal billions of bits of information coming at you every single second, and it only lets through what it thinks is important for you to see.
So in other words, your RAS is your own personal, high-tech filter for reality. Here's the kicker though. It doesn't show you what's actually there, it shows you what you've already told it is important. So if you're constantly focused on problems, on what's missing, on lack, guess what it's going to find for you? But if you prime it to look for opportunities, for success, for gratitude, it'll start pointing them out everywhere you look.
Honestly, this is the best way to think about it. You're like a radio. You can't force the world to change for you. You can't stand in front of a radio that's blasting a rock station and beg it to play jazz. It's just not going to happen. You have to be the one to change your own frequency first. You have to be the one to tune your own dial to the reality you want to experience.
Okay, so we get the what and the why now. Let's get into the how. This is a really clear 5-step framework for rewiring your brain and your nervous system, so you can finally go from constantly chasing to effortlessly attracting. Let's just walk through how this works. First, it starts with an identity shift. This is where you start journaling and thinking and feeling like your future self right now. Then you move to emotional control, which is all about learning to shift out of low vibration feelings and into appreciation. Third, there's thought discipline, where you are consciously priming that RAS filter we just talked about. Number 4 is nervous system regulation, using simple tools like breath work to get out of survival mode. And finally, you lock it all in with the consistency loop, programming your subconscious mind right before you go to sleep, which is when it's most open and receptive.
Now, all of those steps are incredibly powerful tools, but really they all serve one core realization, one single mindset shift that once you truly get it, it changes the entire game.
This is it. This is the whole secret, right here. The universe doesn't respond to your wish list. It doesn't respond to your desperate wanting. It responds to your being, your resonance, your fundamental frequency. You don't get what you want in life, you get who you are.
Let's make this super clear. The frequency of wanting just broadcasts lack. It's that feeling of yearning for a partner, which screams, I'm not whole. It's needing success, which screams, I don't have it. But the frequency of being, that broadcasts abundance. It's embodying the feeling of wholeness first. It's embodying success now. To the universe, one says, I don't have it, and the other says, I am it. And believe me, the universe hears that difference, loud and clear.
And please, do not underestimate the power of making this shift. Get this. Research by Dr. David Hawkins found that the energy of one single person vibrating at the high frequency of love is powerful enough to counterbalance the negative energy of 750,000 people operating from fear. I mean, that's how much power your internal state actually has. It is staggering.
So this is what I really want you to take away from all this. Your past, any mistakes, any debt, any of your so-called failures, none of it matters. The only thing that dictates your future is the energy you choose to embody right now.
from this second forward.
So here's your path forward. Stop fighting with what is and start steering your focus. Choose to respond to life with intention instead of just reacting from old programming. Understand that your real power, it lies in your calmness. And never, ever forget that being rich and radiant and free isn't something you have to earn. It is your fundamental right.
And I'll leave you with this final thought, just to let it really sink in. What if that whole gap between you and everything you've ever wanted? What if it's not some huge mountain of work you have to climb or some lucky break you have to wait for? What if it's simply the feeling that it isn't already here?